Welcome to Telecom in 10, where we explore the quality connections between our cutting-edge technology, unparalleled service, reliable products, and you, our customer and community, as we continue to transform telecom here at Northland Communications.
So looking back at this year, we've been making some investments in our team members, and we've made some changes in regards to how we've structured some of our groups. We've brought in some talent from the outside, and as much as we look at tenure as being, it's extremely important, it still is important. What have you seen from the changes that we've made and by bringing in talent from the outside? How different is that, and how does it work for us?
Well, what it gives us is the ability to leverage from experience outside of Northland. We have tremendous tenure, which is a huge value to not only Northland, but to our customers. But at the same point, we know what we know. And many of us, both of yourself as well as me, have spent our entire career here. And so for us to grow, we need to accelerate our pace of change, and we need to leverage experience of people outside of Northland.
So as we talk about bringing in some new knowledge into the organization, you've had the honor to be involved recently as the president of the New York State Telephone Association, and now you're active with the U.S. Telecom. How has those experiences turned into additional opportunity for Northland?
I think they're so important. We're a small organization. We have about 120 employees, and our competitors have tens of thousands, in some cases hundreds of thousands of employees. So their benches are always going to be deeper. And so we as an organization have to do as much as we can to learn from our own day-to-day experience, but we need to reach out beyond the walls of Northland. And so I had the opportunity over the last 2 years to be the board chair of the New York State Telephone Association, which is an amazing association of other independent telephone companies throughout New York State. And it's such a resource. The last 2 years as board chair was a really steep learning curve for me, understanding the ins and outs of different facets of the industry, both large companies and small companies. But that's translated into day-to-day benefits for Northland and Oneida County Rural Telephone. There's people I can reach out to. There's a huge learning curve on how they're doing things, and it's reciprocal. The United States Telecom Association, based in Washington, D.C., is a whole new group of organizations that I've had the opportunity to learn from across the country. And some of the biggest companies, Verizon, AT&T, Lumen, are all represented there, to smaller companies such as ourselves. So again, it's a deeper pool of people that we can reach out to and learn from and see how they're growing, how they're facing the challenges that we're up against as well.
Rural broadband is always a conversation that we're having. A lot of changes in the industry, a lot of opportunity in the industry. Maybe you can talk a little bit about some of the opportunities and some of the struggles that are faced in the rural areas.
Certainly. The pandemic has certainly driven the point how important broadband is to all facets of society, not just cities or suburban areas, particularly the rural areas, and the challenges associated, whether it's learning from home, working from home, all the opportunities that were never really planned for. Northland and Oneida County Rural Telephone have invested over $25 million in private investment over the last 15 years to bring fiber to both the residential communities Oneida County Rural Telephone serves, as well as Northland. Through New York State's BPO, Broadband Program Office, we were successful in securing a $3.2 million grant for roughly a $5 million project to bring fiber to the homes of some of the most rural areas within Oneida County, in the service territory we serve. And as a result of that, there's over 1,000 homes that have broadband, who had broadband at the beginning of the pandemic that otherwise would not have. It's a huge investment to bring broadband, particularly to rural areas. We're serving areas that have less than, in some scenarios, as low as 5 homes per mile. And at $35,000 to $40,000 a mile in construction costs alone, it's a very tough business case. And without the public-private partnership that New York State was really a leader in, far in advance of many other states. When the pandemic hit, the majority of our customer base was ready to work from home, ready to learn from home. And there's more work to be done. In New York, there's roughly 2% of the population is still unserved or underserved, meaning they can't get speeds of 100 meg or greater. $42.5 billion is being allocated from the federal government. And it's not as big a number as that is. If we have to start from scratch and overbuild other companies, it won't do it. But if we can extend existing networks through this public-private partnership, that money, I think, can accomplish the goal of connecting everyone. We're excited about the opportunity and trying to find opportunities where we can leverage it and really bridge that partnership. It's obviously, it's a critical need. There's more work to be done, but I'm very proud of the efforts the industry has made over the last 5 years to bridge that divide.
After that first round of grants went through with the New York State Broadband Office, we continued to build in the Holland Patent territory. We have a goal to be able to replace infrastructure, to be able to implement fiber everywhere. Why do we continue to do that if it's outside of the grant, knowing that there potentially could be future grants out there?
It's our commitment to our community, and this is an investment that we need to make, not only to make sure our companies remain viable, but to make sure our communities remain viable. We started building fiber before the BPO program. After our grant was completed, we have continued to build. And so it's not just about, we're not just building where we can get grant dollars. Our goal, and we're not going to stop until we get there, is when 100% of our territory is served via fiber. We still have some customers that are served over DSL. And so we're working hard and each year reducing that amount to the greatest ability that we possibly can. This community has supported us for over 100 years. And so we need to make the long-term type decisions so that we can be here for the next 100 years for them.
So as we go into 2023, what do you see as the big efforts on Northland's part? Where do you see our opportunity? It's on multiple fronts. Our efforts to provide our team members the best possible experience and position them to be successful is still our core focus and responsibility. That is what differentiates us from our competition. We absolutely have to provide them the best experience. Our products that we sell our customers and support are extremely complicated, but providing the high-level service consistently, day in and day out, is by far the most complex undertaking we have. And I'm very proud in many of the areas, as we speak today, I feel like we're meeting that expectation. There's other areas that some of these challenges are aspirational. As our products have grown, our footprint has grown, and as our organization has grown, it's become far more complex. But we're up for that challenge, and to be honest with you, that's the challenge that excites us the most. And it's our growth strategy is much internally focused as it is externally. And again, as I said earlier, our success is dependent on 120 people. And so we need to make sure we're doing the best job we possibly can for them to enable them to do the best possible job for our customers. On top of that, we have to make sure that our products remain competitive, viable, and future looking. So we're constantly revisiting not only our existing products, but what products do we need to have down the road? What are the skill sets we're going to need to be able to support those products? Something we haven't done as much that we are doing now is looking back and saying, all right, what products do we have that aren't going to lead to future growth? Which products are legacy products that it's time to sunset? And by doing so, we're freeing up time for our team members to be able to focus their time on the products that our customers need not only today, but tomorrow. Invest heavily in the systems and the products that are going to support those products. Our growth strategy isn't externally focused. It's focused within and enabling our team members to deliver the value our customers expect. And if we do that day in and day out, the growth will come. And it'll come in a way that not only Northland wins,
but our team members win, our customers win, and our community will win.